I want to ride my bicycle. And if I don't, I won't be able to put it on a rag on the wall so I don't trip over the bloomin' thing. And one UK bike storage solutions company has been found to be whinging and whining, in the words of Nigel Farage. Well, Cycloc, it needs to get with the programme and iron out its own achieving troubles. Instead of slagging off the democratic Russian decision to impose mountains of beautiful red tape, which this particular company says, well, is oppressive. I say it's created tens of thousands of new clerical jobs to process all of that red tape, even if it is kind of countered by a loss of jobs, because businesses are failing. OK, I know I'm being a bit facetious, but while you're here, please boot the old like button. And there will be a secret word at the end of this video. And if you want to support the channel, you can do it on Patreon or buy us a coffee. And the links are in the description down below. And it is very much appreciated that it is. Well, Andrew Lang, who founded Cycloc back in 2006, he says that Brexit has lost 25% of sales. And the firm is buckling under the pressure of all this red tape. They say it's cost them around 100 grand so far. Now this is the latest tale, I suppose, and how, well, the exit from the European Union and ostracising itself from 447 million people. Customers they are, you know. Well, that's harming small businesses, small firms. We always talk about the big firms like, well, the so-called British Vault. That collapsed last week. But still, that's because of Brexit. In many ways. It wouldn't have been there if it wasn't for Brexit. It was supposed to be a Brexit win, wasn't it? Well, Cycloc, which has made its name for its, well, rather distinctive indoor bicycle storage and accessories. And their customers, big names they are. Stella McCartney, Jonathan Ross, who's he? And does he actually go on ride a bike? I have my doubts. It's just probably there it looks cool. Anyway, and the cycling star Mark Cavendish among its customers. Now, they say the EU, well, represented around 50% of their business. Before Brexit, before Holland and Numpties put their cross in the wrong box. Obviously, I was going to say that. Well, they've seen a 25% decline in overall sales. Now, Lang launched the injection moulded products back in 2006, and they quickly found favour among cycling enthusiasts, winning a prestigious Eurobike award back in 2009. That's like winning the Oscars in the biking industry, apparently. Well, by the time Brexit came along, business was flying, it was. They sold around 10,000 units a year in the EU alone. And their annual turnover was, £450,000. That's nothing to be sneezed at, no. But now, since the new rules came into force in January 2021, after the end of the transition period, business started to slow. Especially after Amazon decided to stop fulfilling orders for individual EU customers. They call it business-to-customer model. They're not buying from Britain anymore. No. Now the cost of shipping and customs clearance, etc., was prohibitive. The company made every effort they did to give them their dues to beat the third country Brexit red tape. They opened up a warehouse, they did. Where'd they do that? Well, it was in the Netherlands. Another British business looking for solutions in the Netherlands. Oh, popular in the Netherlands, isn't it? Yeah. To ensure costly paperwork would only be done, per truckload crossing from Dover, rather than per individual unit. So that's the business-to-customer model from the United Kingdom into the EU, gone. I wonder what's happened to the fishing industry, because I know they've been doing that too. Oh, they're buggered, aren't they? I forgot. Anyway, the aim was to fulfil direct-to-EU customer business from its website and Amazon and smaller business and sales to, bike shops. But they're finding it's costing them an extra 10 grand in overheads. 10 grand they wouldn't have to pay before. Now, the products themselves are relatively modest in price. They're around £42 a shot. They probably cost about £150 now in the EU. But as 2022 progressed, it became apparent that the EU customer sales were, well, just not going to recover to their pre-Brexit levels. I know I'm going to get the Brexiters who will say, it's the pandemic, oh, the pandemic. They'll say that, won't they? But I'm going by what this geezer's been saying, Andrew Lang. He's not blaming the pandemic. No. In fact, bike sales went up during the pandemic, didn't they? So, and obviously, I suppose if you're working from home, you don't want to flip a bike anyway, you're going to be tripping over every 5 minutes. Especially if you've got it in the hallway, in a terrace house or something. Get it up on the wall out of the way. That's where this company came in, you see. So it hasn't recovered, no. And the warehouse, they say, will be operating at a loss. So they're pretty much, the EU business has scuppered somewhat. Now, this experience is not unique, though, and it highlights the continued damage that Brexit is causing small exporters who cannot easily absorb the new administrative burden as easily as big business. Of course not. They don't have the capital, no, to ride it out. They can't ask for some long-distant relative. +1, +2, +3. So long in the distance, there's probably no connection whatsoever to, guarantor their loans. No, of around 800,000, Alexander Boris Vettel Johnson. I had to get that in, didn't I? Well, they can't absorb the new administrative burden as easily as these big businesses. So business to customer sales are quite frankly decimated for this one company. And one popular example of this is actually the Cheshire Cheese Company. Now, I've done videos about them, I've mentioned them several times before. But they declared that Brexit had cost them it was 250,000, they're now saying 600,000 in lost revenue. Now, leading to advice from the Department of Trade and Industry, they advised them to move abroad, but instead what they did, they just sold that part of their business to an EU-based company. In fact, they did have a partnership with an EU-based company, but that kind of went a bit tits up, so they sold it. Great Britain, isn't it? It's great, isn't it? Yeah, that really helps the, the coppers in the Chancellor's pocket. Well, actually, one particular Chancellor, Nazim Zahawi, he was quite happy to keep the money that should be going in to pay for public services in his own pocket. How the hell can that man actually say that he didn't know? Come on, don't take us for fools, Mr. Zazari, whatever your name is. It's ridiculous. 27 million quid after selling YouGov, and then he's grumbling over 3.7 million in tax, plus fines. He obviously knew. He thought he'd get away with it. Fool! Well, the wide impact of Brexit for Cycloc is diverting the company's energies from growing its product range. Andrew Lang of Cycloc said, we have, about half a dozen products in the pipeline that are at a very advanced stage. Oh, you better get some cream for that. But we've not been able to commit the capital to bring those to the market because of the, other Brexit costs and problems. Now, unfortunately for Cycloc, if they can't supply the European Union member states, EFTA or whatever it is, another more powerful manufacturer who can, already in the EU, they'll fill that void, and then that industry is lost for them. They might even be able to sell at less cost. More profit. Or at less cost to the customer. Just business, isn't it, It's not going to be an easy thing, a rag on the wall to copyright, is it? Do a patent on, copyright patent. No. How do you patent something with a rag on the wall? You might be able to patent its design, but not its function. You just create a new design. Anyway. Tell me what you think. Please leave it in the comments down below. And there is a secret word at the end of this video, as you already know, because you're already there. Well, that secret word is, there was a hint at the beginning of this video, because you have my beautiful singing voice. I just want to ride my bicycle. Oh, okay. Well, that was Queen. So the secret word today, it's quite an easy one for you. It's Queen. Or Freddie Mercury, if you like. God rest his soul, if you believed in all that. Anyway, if you want to support the channel, you can do it on Patreon or buy us a coffee. Please boop the old like button and maybe subscribe. And if you want to get if you think the video is crap, give me a thumbs down, but do it twice. And you probably already know this if you're regular to this channel. But I'm going to say it on every video, so I do apologise. Well, we're planting 1,000 trees on 2 hectares of land. And the idea is we've got to create habitat for animals. Yeah. Little creatures great and, well, mainly small actually, but yeah, little creatures. And we're planting, so it's 1,000 trees on 2 hectares of land. If you want to be a part of that, there's a GoFundMe link down below. And what we'll do for you would be to plant a tree on your behalf, and we'll put a sign with that tree with your name on it, or it could be in memory of a loved one. But also we're making bat boxes, bird boxes, etc, etc, etc. Which we do in videos and stuff as well. We'll be doing a lot more of that now. It's come to that time of year now, because I've got to think about getting them out. So I want to do about 60 bird boxes, so it's quite a few. It won't be just on this site. We've been putting the food up in Bouben Forest in France, so they don't know that yet. They don't know. But it doesn't matter. Strange man up a ladder. Yeah, anyway, so it's time for me to go. I was going to say ta-ta, you know. So remember, the word of today is Queen. Or you can go over GBT or some good Queenie. However, I don't care. Ta-ta.